Okay. Michael Franks you worked with, Herb Alpert, two of the monsters of the genre, and quite different individuals. Any anecdotes you want to share about either of those guys?
Well, you know, it's funny because the very first record that I ever bought, I think it was about 8 years old, was The Lonely Bull.
Oh,
so,
yeah. That was a cover you don't forget soon.
So it was interesting. You know, he's really just a beautiful guy. He's very mellow and very musical, and he loves music, and he paints also. And you know, I enjoyed working with him. And Michael Franks is the same kind of thing. He's extremely talented. You know, he's one of those guys where he's just got that fantastic sound in his voice.
Yeah.
And when I produce artists, a lot of times I'm just as big of a fan as anyone. I'm sitting there. I'm trying to give them a little direction and trying to create, you know, settings musically, arrangements, and production, you know, that'll really show them off in their best light. But when I just hear a guy like Michael Franks singing in the studio with that sound, I'm just spellbound and just digging it just like any other fan would. And that's another thing about Michael, was that we just really hit it off. Like, I think we both had a lot of the same musical influences, so there were very few things that we disagreed about. We were kind of like really on the same track when it came to, you know, musical ideas, and so that was a nice aspect of
Well, you're both
you.
extremely inventive, and that really shows in the work. And
Thank you.
Really pleased to have you here today. I just want to remind our audience, this is Studio A, Sirius Session 100. Big workout. These guys, you know, music is work, especially over there behind the plexiglass. You know, got some sticks moving over there. What kind of sticks are you using today? This is we're asking the question to Rocky Bryant on drums.
Today we have the ProMark Model 747 Rock, American Hickory, by the way.
Hope you're getting paid for that.
Doesn't it have a number like 9 or 10 or something, like spaghetti or something like that?
The thin pasta.
Okay.
Rocky won't tell you, but he's playing through pain right now.
What's wrong, Rocky?
We don't have time.
Oh no.
I don't have time.
It's going to
for
be
the
an
pain.
organ recital from now. All right. Well, we thank you for playing in pain and through the snow and the rain. You're like a postman over there. So thank you.
Exactly.
Now it's the 90s, taking you back. You're doing all these tasty things, and it seems to me that was a real reemergence, almost a renaissance for you. Because boom, all of a sudden, as a solo artist again, 1993, Worth Waiting For, 94, West Side Stories, 96, State of Grace, 98, Midnight, 2001, Kicking It. I mean, it just seemed like you started to bloom all over again as a musician. What was it about the 90s?
Well, you know, I just sort of, honestly, I got kind of, I spent a lot of time for a while doing studio work. I was very in demand, and it was great from the standpoint of, you know, it paid really well. But at some point, I just got sort of tired of always having to take direction from other people, when I felt like I could be more, you know, if I was in control, I had good musical ideas too. I didn't have to always be, because when you're a session musician, you're hired, and you have to give, like, whatever the producer wants. That's what you have to do. And if you disagree with them, it's too bad. You're getting paid, and you have to give the producer what he wants.
Sure.
And so I just decided I missed being in creative control, and I missed making my own albums, and having those kind of feelings sort of coincided with a chance to record for Verve Records. I made 3 records for them. There was a guy named Guy Eckstein that was actually he
signed me also.
He signed
really?
Pete, and that's how Pete and I met. In fact.
Fantastic! That's a great label. Philippe Sayce and Leo Gandelman and
Sure.
all kinds of great guys.
And Guy is the son of Billy Eckstein. He's a drummer, and he's very musical himself. And he got involved in the project quite a bit also, and, you know, gave some real good you know, insight and feedback and stuff. And yeah, so that was basically it. I decided to kind of get more into the jazz thing and get out of. I mean, it was really fun for a while. I would drive to work every day. I'd be working in studios in Hollywood. I'd turn on, you know, the pop radio station. I'd hear stuff that I worked on. Like, every other song was like some record that I had played on.
That's great.
And
That's
that was a lot of fun. But you know, but after a while, it kind of gets old not being able to express your own ideas, I guess.
You're driving your own car now. Let's hear some more. The group is, of course, on Baldwin piano, Jeff Lorber, Skylar Deal on the bass. You ready for this? You got enough energy? You want to do another one?
This is a song that I wrote real early in my career. It's something that I wrote right after I bought a 88-key Fender Rhodes piano, and it's just a blues tune, but it's always fun to play, and it's a very simple song that I think, like, every bar band in America, plays. I think it's because you can sort of teach it to anyone in about 10 minutes. But
Right.
it's called Tune 88.
And we're going to finish the personnel with Rocky Bryan on the drums and Pete Velasco on sax. And this is Sirius Sessions 100. Jam and a half. That may be 3 jams and a half.
Well, as I said, every
Fantastic.
bar band in America plays it, but I must say, almost every time I've heard them play it, they play it wrong.
Now,
It's
how can you
amazing.
play that jam wrong?
You can
Tell
play
me
it
how.
wrong. You played it the wrong tempo. You play the wrong chords.
All right.
You'd be surprised what can happen. 'Cause
know-
it just sort of gets handed down by word of mouth, I think, over the years, and that's what happened. It kind of gets messed up.
I like the way you passed it around then to everybody. It was really, really good. That was Tune 88. Jeff Lorber, if you're just joining us, this is Sirius Sessions 100, Studio A. Very, very bitter, cold and gray on the outside and toasty warm. And in the music on the inside here, Sirius Sessions 100. Now let's talk about your alternate life as a stream jockey.
Oh yes,
I love that term.
I didn't know that it was. Well, it's,
Do your friends and family know that you're a stream
yeah,
jockey?
I'm a disc jockey on Sirius Radio. I'm on Saturday and Sunday nights from 6 Eastern,
9 p.m. Eastern.
9 Pacific,
Yeah, there you go.
and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I get to hear a lot of music, and I get to try a different kind of way to communicate with my voice a little bit. Talking about the music, and I try to put a little bit of insight into both the artists and sometimes technically a little bit talk about what's going on from the musical side of things too.
Who's catching your ear these days? You're choosing your own music for your show?
Well, I sort of have I kind of work with Teresa, and we. I have sort of veto power. Like there's no John Tesh is going to be played on my show for sure.
Apologies to Mr. Tesh.
No, but I also a lot of times I'll recommend things that wouldn't necessarily be part of the playlist, like things like Michelle Indigiocello or Rochelle Farrell, or
Right.
just Soul Live, groups like that are a little bit more on the edge. But
That's got to be
sort
so
of
much
include
fun.
that.
And we should mention that's on Jazz Cafe 71, Jeff Lorber's
There
show.
you go.
It's, every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So you're just everywhere. You're just everywhere. You can't get away from you.
Trying to be.
Also, we hear your music quite often on Planet Jazz 72, which is a little more cutting edge.
Okay.
Herbie Hancock, Weather Report kind of stuff. So you got your fusion covered. Nice to hear this stuff back on the air somewhere, right?
Exactly. Absolutely.
I even heard it on at McDonald's a while back.
Well, you know how hip they are at McDonald's. That's it. If you're in Mickey D's, you're in.
They're trying to get hip. They're not succeeding, but they're trying.
All right, I want to go around and do a little round robin with everybody and just have everybody answer the same question. We'll do a little quick thing, all right? Secret of longevity.
I think just always, in terms of, eating good food. No, I'm just kidding. Get exercise. But no, as far as music goes, I think the important thing is to just always try to stay excited about things, keep your ears open, keep listening to things, and try to discover new things that really excite you, and try to incorporate that into what you do. That's what I think.
Sounds good. Skylar, how about you?
Just keep it rock and roll, baby.
Just keep rocking when all else fails. Rocky?
Kind of similar to Jeff. Just kind of keep revisiting yourself, and don't try not to get too far away from you.
Okay. Pete?
I think just to keep listening. There's so much music out there and so much that you haven't heard, and then there's so much to experience and get turned on to, and I pass it on to my daughters. And that keeps you young, too.
How old are your daughters?
6 and 1.
You want to say hi?
Hey, girls.
Oh, we can do shout-outs if you want, everybody. But first I want to do just say one word. I want to say Nora Jones and your reaction.
Oh well, I love her. I think she's got a great sounding voice. But to me, the thing that's really exciting about Nora Jones is to see that kind of success. I think every few years, you have like these movements, like you had the boy and girl bands that were really popular, NSYNC and Backstreet and Britney and all that. Mm-hmm. And then it's like anything in art or in fashion, the pendulum has to swing the other way, and I think that's sort of what Nora Jones represents. It's like, wow, it's really refreshing to hear just a genuine talent writing some very simple, straightforward songs, just presented in a really simple context. And I think that's what people are relating to, the fact that she's great, but they're also relating to what she represents too, I think.
And I hope you are right. I'm hoping that Bob James is back doing trio work. You're doing this thing with the quartet. Nora Jones. I'm really hoping that pendulum is swinging. So let's hope for that. Okay, Nora Jones. Skylar.
Oh,
opinion?
I just think she's awesome. I'm very glad that that an artist like her is doing well and being supported by radio and stuff. So hopefully the doors open up.
Do you think the
Couldn't hear
pendulum's swinging?
I'm sorry?
Do you think the pendulum is swinging?
I hope so.
Me
I
too.
do think so, yeah.
Okay, Rocky?
Yeah, I think the pendulum is swinging too, and I'm glad about that. And Nora Jones has a very beautiful touch and a breath of fresh air.
Pete?
Well, it's because I have a record coming out. I'd love to see that kind of stuff because you're not discounted by age or by genre, and just like a good solid piece of work, and people listen to it and respond to it.
No doubt. I don't know anybody. I cried like a baby the first time I heard that CD. I mean, it was just everything I've been looking for a long while, and it just been missing. It's really nice to hear. Next question, just a quick roundabout. Favorite city to play a gig in the U.S. and then in the world?
Wow. Well, Detroit's always been a great city for me for some reason. I mean, I think the people are so depressed there that they really appreciate good music. But honestly, any place where you have a good audience and a good, and when it comes to music, it's weird. You never know. It's just you can have everything you can have all your equipment can be working great, and you have a great band. You can have an off night, or it can be the opposite, like where everything goes wrong, and then that magic happens. And so you just got to be kind of ready for that magic to happen whenever it takes place.
How about in the world then?
I haven't done a ton of touring around, but I've done a little bit. But last summer I played in Spain. That was really fun. It was a lot of fun, and I also got to play in like outside Madrid, and then we went to what are those islands?
Ibiza?
I just went completely.
Listeners at home, please.
I went completely blank here.
Okay.
It's the
Azores.
It's the Spanish islands right off the coast of Africa. It's really quite far away, actually. Canary Islands. Yeah, we did some gigs there, and it was just in terms of the where you were and what you got to see as far as playing. It was amazing. Sort of this ancient sort of town square with this view over a volcanic landscape, and of course European people, they have a totally different approach to the way they listen to music. They're much more, I think in some ways they're more sensitive, and they're more open to more adventurous jazz exploration and improvisation, and so that was a lot of fun.
How can you top that, Skylar?
I can't top that. I'm just going to say I love playing in my hometown, New York. And, and as far as the world goes, I really love Australia. I don't know if if I just like being there, that's why, but, it's great to play there as well.
Well, you've done a lot more touring than I have. You've been all over the place.
As you asked that question, I couldn't remember one place that I really, really enjoy, but I really enjoy playing music there, but I really love hanging out in Australia.
You tend to remember the disasters, right?
No, you want to forget those as fast as possible.
Okay, Rocky.
I like Chicago a lot.
Yeah, that's a great music town.
Yeah. And are we on to world yet, or do I have
Sure,
I
whatever you
don't
want.
need to elaborate right now.
No, whatever you want.
Amsterdam.
Aha.
Ah, there you go.
That's a party town.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at Amsterdam.
You had a better time there than Jeff had in Thailand. We'll put it at that. Okay. And Pete?
And for you, I love Jersey. Love to play in
Thank
Jersey.
you very much.
No,
Thank you, Pete.
Especially right now.
no, I love New York. Love to play in New York. San Francisco was great.
Yeah.
And Sweden, I had a great time in Sweden.
Oh, yeah, yes, good day. Okay.
Yeah.
That's very cool. We have a big Swedish audience here in New York, so I'm sure.
If you like me, I like you.
That's what it comes